What is going on today, y'all? It's your boy, TK Streams, and I'm doing something a little bit different today. So we played Marvel Rivals, but I did not record during it. So what I'm actually doing is I'm recording the gameplay over the reaction of it, and then you guys are going to see that. If you guys like these kinds of videos, let me know, and I can absolutely do more of them. And yeah, without further ado, let's stop yapping and get to reviewing. So my bread and butter is Psylocke. I love playing her. She's quick, she is lethal, and she just has so much potential. And I've only found that I've been consistently getting better with her, and I can help the team out more with her. So as for now, I think I'm definitely going to stick with her for my main DPS. But when we're on this map, I love, immediately going into my invisibility and then sneaking around and trying to immediately get to the back of the team. And no, I am on controller. That's why my aim is a lot of times going to be really bad, or you guys will be like, oh, this guy is going to be in bronze forever or whatever it is. Yeah, sometimes it's just hard moving your analog stick to hit the people you need to hit. On top of that, I had shoulder surgery last month, so I can't really play with my keyboard and mouse comfortably yet. So beautifully right there. I get behind one of their healers, take them out real quick. That's exactly what Psylocke is supposed to do. Punisher, really bad day. It was nice that our Jeff was out there and putting in shots. Okay, those were some of those shaky shots I was telling you about. But we still got her. Or got Star-Lord. That's all that matters. This group was making our life so easy this first round, and I was overjoyed. But he later switched. That's a beautiful Psylocke ult. If you've ever played her, you know how rare it is to be able to get all three, or be able to get more than one person in it, just by how the targeting changes. Right here, I'm in no man's land, and I'm like, okay, perfect, I gotta heal. And then I get sniped. I had no idea that Hela and Punisher were coming through there, but that's on me. I could have been a little bit more patient. That's all right. That's our first death on the game. You'll see a lot of times, if you are playing with a Psylocke against a Psylocke, or you are her, you'll see a lot that they're going to be way in the back. And if you're a healer, you might be worried a lot. Like, oh, it says critical way back there. There's not a chance I'm going to be able to get back to him. But it's so important if you're going to be one of these drop in, get in a limb, drop out characters, that you have to know where all the health pack spawns are. And in doing so, it makes the healer's life easier, and really it just helps the team out right there. That was a little bit of a tough 2.5 v1. I couldn't get back to that health pack quick enough. But yeah, you'll make everyone's life easier because you're constantly trying to attack that back line. You're trying to get a healer. You're trying to get a high DPS with no or not high mobility. And if you can go back, get a quick one, and bounce out, you've now got 5 people worried, like, oh, somebody's on our back line. What are we going to do about this? So almost every time I'm cloaking and I'm trying to go get behind them. Doesn't always happen. Right here, I think I have a beautiful limb on a healer. Nope, Moon Knight up top. Wasn't paying attention. and I barely got away from him. But again, health pack spawn, going right back up to full health. And then guess what? Now I can take this 1v1 with Moon Knight on my own terms. And he's gone.
Out of sight.
Ah. That was almost really unfortunate. The hell almost took me off.
Out of sight.
Nice dash ult in, but this is what I was talking about earlier. It's so easy for your ult to get caught. It got caught on the goats right there, or the carriage. That's how easy it is. Just for an easy 3-piece ult to just be a 1 or maybe a 0.
Out of sight.
I don't know what I was doing right there. That should have been an easy pick. Even with their Jeff right there.
Sayonara.
Not the best aim right there. Not the best aim. Yeah, that Groot ult was rough. He got myself and my tank at the same time, and our tank is like, she's crazy. So anytime she goes down, the team really feels it.
Nothing like seeing her perform live.
Who could fight the goddess of hell?
This replay system that Marvel Rivals has is, it's insane. I don't think I've ever seen one like it, where you can go back in so many different games, up to so far, or you want to go see how your friends are performing, or you want to give them tips and tricks. It really has all of those things so that you can really see it all.
Out of sight.
I am ready to put on a show.
You're mine.
That poor Punisher had no idea what was happening. That poor Iron Man didn't even see me coming.
You're mine.
And then right here, we're just kind of picking them apart. They don't have much of a choice. Our Luna ults, all they have is a Groot to stop all of us, and we do way too much damage for one person.
Only 60 seconds left.
Another Elim or two, and that's the game. Punisher tried it.
Double KO.
So did Luna. All right, so that was a decent first round.
2, 3.
We won with 48 seconds left. Not bad at all.
Switch things up, including
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have the exact same team that we just played, which looks great. And then that happens. Thor. Groot changes to Thor, and obviously we couldn't see that. And he gave us a run for our money in this second round. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys will have to see the rest of it for yourselves.
Everything in this place feels so familiar, and yet so strange.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
This replay system is so nice because you can see everyone, and because of that, it almost helps you understand what was happening when you were in your own world in the game.
5, 4,
So this hella heard me.
2,
Right there, she ran up to the door and she heard me coming up. Right here, I like to sit and I can get a quick pick
destination.
and easily put us up to 5-6, but this hella heard me. I had no idea. Made my job so difficult starting off. And I barely got away. I dodged a lot of her shots. Again, going to get a health pack. I'm not trying to bug my healers. But our tank goes down and we pay for this for a long time. I have to wait for them all to pass me, because if I don't, then everyone's just going to turn and I'm going to be gone in a second and a half. I almost got that Hella. If I would have dashed a little bit quicker, that would have been a... I almost waited too long to duck back in here, but I figured they were going to pre-fire this hallway, so I didn't want to go in there and die, especially when I have such a good position back here. They also switched off Jeff to Rocket Raccoon, and with that revive that he has, I feel like it's one of the backline's main jobs to make sure that people aren't getting revived all the time. As you can see, their Moon Knight just went down. I was a little too slow on it and Hella picked me off, and because of that, we're now down two DPSs, and we pay for it for a while.
Reborn once more.
Their Thor was just doing so much damage to our team, and we couldn't find an answer for him just yet.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
I was like, oh no, he's coming up here. And I play this so wrong. There were so many different things I could have done right there. I had 2 dashes. I could have gotten out of there. And because of that, at least one of our healers going out, and everyone was just so low right here. Then you can see that Thor picks off our Penny, and oh, it was tough. This second round was tough. Onk patrol. Watch for onks. If you hear it, blow it up.
Pulse charge. Fire.
I'm counting on you, friends.
Reborn once more.
Our Iron Man got picked off before he could get his ult off, so there goes 100% of his charge, just like that. We're pushed so far back. They're just running through us at this point. We couldn't figure out what we needed to figure out yet. I was happy with that 2-piece, but I wish it was on different characters. And then their Hella hit me twice, and man, it hurt. Thor's got a pocket rocket. We were so close to getting that penny. Oh, sorry, Hella actually did get that penny. And I try to go get their Hella, and the good old, our favorite Penny Mines. Penny's Mines gets us every time. Not every time, but more times than it should.
I'm ready to put on a show.
Yeah, this game I could not get behind them to take out their healers nearly as much as I wanted to. Almost every time their tank or a DPS was turning around with them. That rocket, I could have gotten him, but nope. He was protected immediately. And so again, this is like my fourth life in a row that I haven't even been able to get a single pick.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the
Their Thor on the front lines, their Penny on the back lines. It was not making anybody's life easy.
Pulse charge.
Our Iron Man again, I think this is the 3rd time in a row that he popped his ult and didn't get a single person with it. Right there, I chose to blow up Rocket Raccoon's revive before I even shot at anyone, because I figured that would be more beneficial to the team. But Hella turns around and gets me off of Rocket just like that. Some awful shots from me, but I still was lucky enough. Got that Luna. A nice triple, and then immediately just get leveled. Iron Man's barely hanging on for his life.
Continues.
Does anybody else get lost in the spawn room sometimes? Like he'll go the long way for no reason. Like that happens so often. This spot's where we made our best efforts. We held them here for the longest that we could. They were locking in here. Their ults were going off at good times. They were hitting our tank hard. Sadly, our Penny could not get out of that Moon Knight ult. We did get that Thor out. However, Rocket Raccoon brought that Thor right back. You see that in the feed and it hurts, stings a little bit. I didn't even think about that Hella dropping back down from her ult to know exactly where I was going. Even though she's low, I'm not going to go that far back to get her. Because we have had games to where we get split just a little bit. Nobody's watching the cart. And that's GG's. Wasting no time at all getting that unk out of there. There's another spot. You know, I have no idea what I'm doing. There's a Luna ult. I have zero business standing right here. But for some reason, I'm just like, you know what? I have 250 health. I can tank this. I couldn't tank it.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
I don't give up so it's out of sight.
See right there, I went the complete wrong way for some reason. That rocket ulted. I was like, okay, I'm gonna counter this, but something that's so annoying about Psylocke's ult is she will target the penny bomb like depositor or whatever that thing is called, which is so annoying. I would like it to be to where it just attacks characters, but no, it'll attack group walls, it'll attack anything and everything. If it can be targeted, Psylocke is gonna target it. So right there, we're almost all tied up. We beat him with 48 seconds, so we got to try and hold him off for just an even minute. If we can do that, then we should be okay, because we got a minute and 48 to play with. I was thinking about doing the exact same thing I did in the round prior, going up to that side door over here, and I'm glad that I didn't now, because I see that they had their Hella over there hanging out waiting for me to come out again.
The battle starts in 5.
Or she was at least listening.
3, 2, 1.
In the text chat right here, the two pennies were talking and they were like, oh yeah, let's have a 1v1 in the middle. So that's why a lot of us are further back. But then when they all started jumping on our penny, we all jumped in. Took their penny out real quick. Their Thor is already back in the field. I went up there to get Moon Knight, but our Hella, no remorse. It's alright, I'm gonna go get their healer. Rocket Raccoon can't revive that fast. With Psylocke, you don't necessarily want to be far away because her attacks spread the further distance you are from the target. So like in this range that Thor is right now, that's like max distance that you want to be, so that you can hit just about every shot. I know it's ironic coming from the person who's missing 40% of their shots, but that's what you want to do. Honk patrol, get that thing out of there. It's on the cart. I actually did pull into the back line right there to get some heals because I didn't want to go out, especially being in overtime. Almost all of them are gone. We just got a Luna and a Rocket. They didn't make it in time. Perfect. Got to hold them to 10 meters. If we can hold them, or if we can go at least 10 meters, we're fine. That's it. We got a minute 48 to do it.
Starts in 5, 4, 3, 2.
I always like coming out this side door just to start. I can normally vanish, get behind them, except for when Penny webs me. Then that doesn't help anything. So that puts my initial push kind of off course, and our Penny goes down. So they're holding us really well to start.
Out of sight.
But this time I could get the invisibility off, duck around. Yeah, Penny's shooting me, but she's not gonna be able to get to me before I can get that health back and get out of there.
Way to go! That vehicle isn't going anywhere.
Perfectly get behind the back line. Main focus, get that revive out. Missed almost every shot on that Rocket. If he would have stayed up there, he most likely would have gotten me or had me a lot lower, and I would have had to have played off sooner, but he didn't. So health back and right back up I go. Even if you can't get the full limb, if you can just be irritating enough for them to turn around and take some of that focus off the front line, then it's great. Doing a phenomenal job.
Farewell.
I was like, all right, Moon Knight, you gotta go. Sorry. Boom, gone. Rocket Raccoon, guess what? As soon as my shots start hitting, you're gone too. Never mind. Hella had your back right there. Smart. Especially capitalizing on all those missed shots.
It's spider time!
But best case scenario here,
Pulse charge.
The final 10 seconds.
get the revive out, and we take them out before all the people we've taken out can get back on to point. I told this Rocket Raccoon I was coming back for him, and so I did. Hella, you done took me out way too many times. Guess what? That's GG's.
Final score 3, 2, 4.
It was a tough game, but I think that collectively we played it pretty well.
Another epic victory. Big win.
Then of course our goated Penny gets the MVP. No surprise there, she's cracked. And those are the final stats. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you want more of these, I will absolutely do them. It's actually kind of fun to just sit here and re-go over past games, especially games that you do well, so that if people are trying to use the same character, they can maybe learn or see how the flow of the game goes, instead of just jumping on TikTok and somebody saying, all right, guys, the best Moon Knight class, here's what you're going to do. That only shows portions, that only shows highlights. Very rarely are you going to have an entire game that's a highlight. There's going to be ups and downs throughout the game. Somebody on the other team could switch and shut down the entire team dynamic, just like that Thor did. So I think that with the longer videos, you can see more of how the pacing goes and how you can place yourself in areas that you feel like are more beneficial to the entire team. But that's all for this one. If you guys want more of these, let me know down below, and I hope to see all of you beautiful individuals in the next video. Peace.